Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host Chris Dices, and we are here to talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield. Obviously, I've done the review. I've played through and streamed all through it, which you can see on Nintendo Ninja Gaming, which is now here on YouTube. But unsurprisingly, it has sold 6 million copies in under a week, which is a fantastic number, and it's the fastest selling Switch around. So this is not to me, I'm not that surprised. Let's be honest. Some people will say, "Oh wow, it's doing really well," and it's all that sort of thing. But I'm not particularly surprised. I think I tried to predict somewhere around maybe 7-8 million, but I wasn't really making much of a prediction on Pokemon because it's you know it's it was always going to sell well. So it was 6 million copies in 3 days, which is phenomenal. We don't know what the digital sales are, which is an interesting thing. Now, the interesting thing, it is double the sales of Pokemon Let's Go, which is fantastic. And it's going to be interesting to see what the total sales are. I'm definitely expecting 15 million plus. I think that overall, over time, that was always probably going to be the number that I had. And if it keeps going well, it could reach the 20 million mark where the top selling game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, is sort of sitting pretty on that 19 to 20 million mark. But let's be honest, I'm not that surprised. Now, some people are using the sales number as a way to refute people and say, oh, there's always going to be people are going to protest the game, and it must be a really good game if it sells well. And there was never going to be any real protest. I think the people were in a fair sort of minority. But number two is that people shouldn't make the connection that if something sells really well, then it means that the game must be really good or an all-time classic. If you look at the list of the high-selling games and, you know, games of all time, well, I don't think some of the best ones are there. Look, Wii Sports sold 82 million. Do I think that's one of the best games of all time? Well, probably not. Another example, Duck Hunt sold 28 million, which was ridiculous. We play. Do I think that Personally, do I think that FIFA 18 deserved 24 million sold? Probably not. I'm not into FIFA. So it's it's an interesting thing, but it's also a subjective thing. I don't think people should be saying because it sold a lot, therefore it must be a really good game. So if you want to check out my review thoughts on that, you can go check out the Pokemon Sword and Shield thing. But the sales are fantastic. Game Freak once again has another pot of gold on the way for them. But as I felt with the series itself, it has become stagnant. But why change something if it makes so much money? And that's the issue with Pokemon. The best thing about Pokemon, it's Pokemon. The worst thing about it is, well, it's a Pokemon game. It's still the same from 20 years ago. So, that is it for me, and I shall see you later on.